we're getting straight into the web games. No preamble required. We're just playing some web games because I wanna yap. I'm gonna talk about what's happening on the screens. On the screens, what's happening on the screens is some great stuff here. We always guess India first, just because it's you have to pick something to guess first, right? And guessing randomly first is kind of good to have a bearing. 2000, maybe Saudi Arabia, maybe Egypt, maybe Somalia. Okay, that was a very quick and easy set of guesses. We triangulated or sort of went in the right direction immediately. We're geography maxing. Yummers. Okay. So listen, there's a good chance that I just stop doing some of these other random trivia ones, but I'm still looking for more trivia games. I feel like there's a serious lack of fun trivia games. Excuse me if I feel like I'm hasting this. Here's the thing. I'm currently doing I'm playing visual novels right now, and when I'm playing a visual novel, I'm locked into a visual novel. What is this? It's not the Maldives. I know that much. This is like, yeah, sure, it's Haiti. Whatever. I don't actually know what this is. Okay, but vaguely, okay. Samoa. Fiji. Valu. Vanuatu. It's one of these, and I don't know which one because I don't know where they are. American Samoa. It's Kiribati. They got a funny Twitter account. Here's the thing about playing visual novels I'm like in the middle range of visual novel enjoyers. It's not like I've only played one. It's not like I'm a DDLC only Andy. Although I would like to put listen. If DDLC has a million defenders, I'm one of them. If DDLC has 100 defenders, I'm not one of them. I'm using the meme to say basically that it's not necessarily that I'm not claiming DDLC as some sort of like, I don't want to do the usual apologist thing that people who have only played it do. Is like, oh no, everything in this genre is like, below me. It's not true entertainment or media. But DDLC is the only one that makes sense. That's not true. But I'm not gonna go on the elitist side and also be like, oh well, it's a ripoff. It's sort of doesn't provide much of value. If you like it, you're not a true believer. I would say that's categorically untrue. It's definitely what started my journey because it's got so popular. I think there's many people who feel the same, but anyway, I don't want to get into detail. A lot of these games are hard to acquire. Like the Steam releases generally suck for content, etc., etc. But you can still play the Steam releases. I mean, if you're just casually getting into it, like the key games, like Rewrite, Clannad, etc. Those are probably like fine to play on Steam. I don't think you would lose much from it. So yeah, basically, I'm trying to say it's a shame because it takes up so long to play / read them, and it's also impossible for me to do anything else while I do it. Because it's like if I'm gonna put it on a sliding wheel stage of, by the way, Nicaragua to Bolivia, El Salvador. That's the other way. Well, I can't get this perfect, but this Panama is somewhere. I always forget the exact pathing. Okay, that's the exact pathing. Bolivia, Brazil, probably. What's between Panama and Brazil? Hmm. Oh, or maybe I'll remember by looking at one of these. There are a lot of places. What is it? Mayotte, bro. Can I guess it to find out where it is? It just moved me to somewhere on the map. Now, show me the next country out. Oh, it's literally, I'm missing, Colombia. Yes. Okay, I'm stupid. Literally, I forgot the geography of the place. I was like, there can't be a smaller country here. In my mind, it was literally like Brazil connects to the this like peninsular object. You know, the dongle between the North and South Americas. In my mind, I was like, that's one and the same, but it's not quite one and the same, is it? What I'm trying to say. Okay. But what as I was saying, games sort of exist on a spectrum from like, how much of your, and this is maybe speaking to my like, you know, slightly addled brain or whatever. I don't have any, diagnoses to, I'm just kind of a guy. But like, some games are like, maximum attention. Even if you have a second monitor tab open, you won't be switching to it. Most games sort of fall from like a 90% to like, 0%, where the game is actually a side thought compared to, you're scrolling something. Those idle games are on that side. They take up like 0 to 25% maybe of your attention, right? Like a Clicker Heroes style. I used to play Clicker Heroes. I forgot about that. Do I still have Clicker? How many hours do I have on Clicker Heroes? There's no shot. Clicker Heroes is not in my library. Was it? I played Clicker Heroes. It's in. Why is it out of my? What happened? I must have. Oh, I must have played it on the website. That's why I don't show. Okay. In any case, we got those kind of games. You got a game like Minecraft, which is sort of like, in between. It's like you're not doing anything that requires a lot of attention. Most of the time you're just autopiloting, and then sometimes it requires some attention. You have like CS, which is like pretty high. When you're in the round, you can't like look to your second monitor. There's no reason for you to do so. When you're off the round, when you're dead, most of the time you probably can do so unless you're locked in, serious style. But visual novels sort of in a weird medium space where you can pay full attention and you can pay no attention, but then it's sort of there's like an optimal point depending on what's happening, the ups and downs of the plot, you know. So I would say they sort of fall in between like a fully locked in, competitive shooter type game and like a relatively casual, autopilot Minecraft style game. They're in between because you need to pay attention to the read. You need to read it, of course, because I don't speak Japanese good enough to know exactly. Like I can get like half of each time someone says a paragraph. I'm like getting a third of it. A normal sentence I understand. Like if you're just speaking basics. Like if you're just talking about like what you ate for lunch and whether you liked it or not, or who's talking to who, I understand that. You're not gonna get me to like comprehend, complex military terms because they be talking about mechs and stuff. So I don't know what they're yapping about. I need the subtitles for those, especially if they're like going crazy mode. But there's a range in it. This is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let me geogrid you. Let's see how geogrid punishes you for being this kind of guy. Okay, here we go. Tourist country. Let's try row by row and just sort of set it out, and then when we think of an answer, check if it's sort of more valuable for another slot. Because I've screwed myself over in the past by picking one here, and then here I would have been better. I wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, over 20 million, top 20 annual tourist arrivals. Okay. Probably Japan, I would have to say. Yes. An EU. Germany. And World Heritage Sites. They don't do England. I don't even know what is England a country? Is the UK a country? What is? I need to Google this. Is England a country? It is a country, but sovereign nation. This is like oh god, I accidentally closed my damn stream manager, bro. I hate doing that because then it resets all my sheet, my shit. I always type England because England's got its own, like, I guess every state's also got its own flag, but in my mind, England's a country, but I'm pretty sure that's just, I don't know what impression I've got. I guess it must not be a country because there's no HLTV. This isn't like the world's least sane statement. HLTV players don't have English flags or Welsh flags for that matter. Maybe they should have Welsh flags. I don't know. Um, three colors over 20 million. Russia, right? Yes. EU with three colors. I mean, I could name a billion. How is this legendary? Um, top 20, three colors. Probably the US qualifies, no? Yeah, it does. It's probably got World Heritage Sites, even though it's a relatively new country as countries go, you know? Okay, six letter long, over 20 million. Hmm. 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 Brazil, for sure. EU, six letters long. France. Okay. Not Austria, that's seven letters. I was typing it one by one to make sure. So, I need to think. Hopefully, I didn't screw myself up by typing France, even though that was an easy answer. E. Ooh, six letters long is a hard one because you just don't think about how long and like a name of a country is, and then they all blank and disappear from your brain as soon as you try to construct it. Okay, let's try. Let me think of the countries in Europe. Okay, think of like the world wars, like the fun fact videos you watch on world wars to figure out who did what to who, and then like the classic World War One, like that you like doing to pretend that you're like studying about the World War. You're going like this person, Franz Ferdinand, shot when the Franz Ferdinand was the guy who was shot. Gavrilo Princip. I still remember this useless information. I guess it's not useless, but it's as useless as information goes. You know. So yeah, stuff like that. Okay, is Serbia part of the EU? Let's test that. It is not. I guess that's possible. EU country. I don't actually know. Let me take a sip of my overly hydrating beverage. This is not health advice, but I've been combining electrolytes with like a Barocca style to take two of those like dissolving discs into one beverage, and I'm drinking that. It's a potent and kind of acidic beverage, but I think it's good. Also, because those things are expiring soon, so I want to make sure that I drink them or could eat them. I guess. I wonder what I would probably fucking hurt your stomach. Now that I think, I would literally answer my own question. I was thinking, what happens if you just straight up eat one of those discs, but it probably just like cooks in your stomach, and you just get really gassy and farty, and all sorts of air comes out of all your holes. Or not very fun. But it probably wouldn't kill you either. Especially if you drink water. If you don't drink water, it might like try and if it dissolves in your stomach acid. I don't know what you would probably still get some hydration out of it. To be honest, not hydration, but I guess replenishment of electrolytes and nutrients and stuff. But anyway, $6 long EU. This is way easier than I'm making it. Poland. Poland. Yes, Poland. I'm in my mind. I'm messing up the NATO alliances and EU. It's interesting that Serbia is not part of the EU, or it's not 6 letters long, which would be a surprise to me. Okay, 6 letters long World Heritage Site. This is difficult. France would probably fit. There's only 20 options here out of the top 20. How many? Okay, it might be Canada, but I'm pretty sure Canada does not have top 20 World Heritage Sites. Oh, wait, correct. Let's go. Show me my summary. Australia. Really? Would not have picked Australia for that. Poland. It's rare because it's like very common. Cyprus. Oh, that's true. I guess you wouldn't think about that. Which one of these? Cyprus, France, Greece, Latvia. I forgot about Latvia for some reason. Sweden. In my mind, I was like, because they're talking about the Nordic states. I forget which ones are and aren't part of NATO. Because that's been pretty common. That's like contemporary history stuff, right? So in my mind, I was literally just mixing the two up. It looks like it makes it look like I'm stupid and uneducated, and I kind of am because I'm not European. So it's not. It's literally like it's world history. It's not my history, you know. I don't know that much about Australian history or Indian history or any history, to be honest. I'm not a history student, but I like to learn about it in like a passive sense. Like every so often you find a Wikipedia page and you're like, I'm locked into this Wikipedia page. I'm learning so much, and then you're like, okay, well, it's time to go back to my regularly scheduled programming. Australia. This is a familiar flag, but I'm not sure. Is it? It's not the Central African Republic, is it? It's down and to the right. Is it Tanzania? Uh, is it? What's? Is it one of these Congos? Um, Rwanda. It's Rwanda, right? So, oh, I remember it being sort of vaguely there. This flag is just straight up a drawing of like someone just took a picture and like drew lines in MS Paint and hit fill, and then they put a bit of effort into the sun. I like the sun, but you know, I don't blame it. I mean, I'm not gonna go on r/vexillology or whatever the subreddit is where they talk about flags a lot. The Circle Jack subreddit is better. But the problem with Circle Jack subreddits is you're towing a very fine line between making fun of the like medium in which the humor resides, i.e. vexillology. You toe that line with like sort of you fall into the circle jerk too much and you'd forget that you love the thing that you're making fun of in the first place. A good circle jerk, not to like be like the decider of what isn't a good circle jerk. By the way, this is 2019, 1.1 billion power watt. I should be getting this. This is like prime real estate for a guy like me. Is it Memories? Maroon 5 Memories? It's like bringing back. All right, it's Maroon 5 Memories. This shit was playing everywhere, as every Maroon 5 song that got a billion views and such was in the recent like decade and a half and whatever. Please glorp me. Cheers to the ones that are here, but they're not. I don't know. Oh, memories. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whistling doesn't really come through on my microphone. And if I change the settings to make whistling easier to come through, I just like other sounds come through. Not suspicious sounds, just like ambient noise. I need to get a good mic setup that allows me to whistle because I'm a great whistler, you know. I think if I keep speaking and then the cut doesn't stop, then it might take it like it just straight up doesn't think it gets noise suppressed as sound. I think if I disable noise suppression, it will come through. Anyway, as I was saying, a good circle jerk should make fun of the thing itself without forgetting that you love the thing you're making fun of. You love the community, but you recognize that the community and the thing that the community is based around succumbs to sort of rhythmic patterns and idiosyncrasies and stupidities, things that are easy to make fun of. And so as a result, you're there like, you know, you're okay to make fun of it. But circle jerks eventually just start being like, okay, we're like making fun of this thing. It's like I think gaming circle jerk might have been one of them where it started just being like really annoying. Okay, I think VG Bandle is dead. They said it wouldn't be updated anymore, so it was sort of a matter of time until the repeating like old ones that they had were also dead. Okay, we're gonna skip Historical because Historical sucks. Doo-doo. I need to do the juxta stat. Urban stats quiz. What's this? What's the one? There's a Joel's GitHub. I need to save this, man. I'm copying this. I need to put this into here so that I can just add them. Okay, graph. Graphs though. Whoa, that's the one. I got a couple of stragglers that I haven't added to the list yet. That should be added to the list. New graphs are paused starting January 20th. But, but that's literally, well, it's not 20th now, it's the 21st for me, but that's rough, isn't it? Okay. I'm gonna keep that open once we run out of dolls. But anyway, let's continue. I'm getting distracted by the dolls. I'm spoiling myself. Software products in initial release, starting with the latest release. Android is like around the same time as the iPhone. So what, 06-ish? I think they might have earlier versions before that, but they were still like clicky. As far as I remember watching videos on like old ones. Photoshop is quite old. PowerPoint has got to be very old. Gmail is like 20 to 25 years old. iTunes is definitely older than Gmail, but I don't think it's older than Android. That wouldn't really make sense to me. Skype, I think, might. Is Skype older or newer? I think Skype is the newest one of these all. Really? Okay, that's interesting. Then it has to be this? iTunes is. They must not have used iTunes for a long time. Really? Android was 2008? I was right in saying iTunes is old because you gotta have iTunes for iPods and such before your iPhones even existed, right? And Mac, of course. But Skype being 03 is kind of crazy. I guess it makes sense. I mean, I knew Gmail was 20 years old because they had an anniversary last year. And it was either 20 or 25. I don't remember. Android being 08 was slow on the uptake after the iPhone, man. They didn't have that shit ready to load. I guess Steve Jobs really did surprise them. What was he doing? Dunking stuff in like fishing. I was gonna say fishing boxes, fish tanks. No one's fishing in the fish tanks, hopefully. Well, sometimes they are. I guess that's kind of up to them. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing these in the order that I normally do them before we add the other ones. Then I'll consider because I like to have a flow of the order. I'd like to do them fixed order. Maybe that's like my like oddity. Anyway, we're doing connections as we often do. Okay, crack, pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Octopus, Doctor Who, Doctor No, Doctors. Dude, that's the hardest one. Come on, you think I don't know what Doctor No is? I don't actually. I think is it James Bond movie? 1962. It is a James Bond movie. I know it because of Northern Lion, folks. Don't let anyone trick you into thinking that. Okay, but we got purple for hardest, so this is gonna be easy. Miniature doll model figure. Small recreations of things. Okay, a slight, a dig, a crack, and a bar. A little like jab at someone. Put down, plow, snow plow, things you use. That? Digging implements. What is this? Is like these are like things that you use for snow because like salt makes snow melt faster, slower. One of those. Perfect. Used to clear snow. Sand is used to clear snow. What are they doing with this? I need to Google this. Sand being used to clear snow. They use sand crystals to allow vehicles and pedestrians to grip the road. It does not clear the snow then. It just allows people to grip the road and that allows things to clear the snow. It's not. I guess maybe that was like the Canadian special or the Nordic special. I don't know what you do in places where it snows so regularly that you have like implemented plans for it. I guess it's the same thing in reverse for people who have no experience with like really hot weather, like people in the UK, and I guess it might be even similar for like the Nordic countries in Canada and such. But not all of Canada. Canada can get warm, but like when people in like the UK are like, oh, it's 28 degrees, I'm gonna get heat stroke, and I'm like, oh, it's 28 degrees, just wear my underwear in my room and chill. Well, the realistic answer is that let me put my air conditioner on. But I've had what do you call it? Air condition, no air conditioner, and just a fan. I've lived the like being cooked in Australian summer life. There's a charm to it. It's not comfortable, but you sort of but you look back on it fondly, even if in the time, in the moment, you're not there. Like, oh, I'm loving every moment and minute of this. You sort of look back on it with like, this makes me Australian in a manner of speaking. Okay, look, I'm taking my hand out of my ass for this one. Not that it was in there; it was on there. That's like a comfort thing. Don't know why I said that, but which it was nowhere. Mini crossword lock in so that I can type with both hands. It was not actually. It was just like, I was sitting on them. It's kind of my default position sometimes. Okay, kinda wet. How do I know? Standoffish. Creature on a lifeboat with. I watched this shit. I forgot the title. Less than 96 degrees. Acute. What else is new? Alice. Tycoon. Mogul. One's working in meters and feet. I don't know. I got data. Aloof. Damp. 40 seconds. Not bad for fumbling on some of these very obvious ones. I literally said tiger, but I know they give that tiger a name. Richard Parker. Yeah. But obviously that shit is not 5 letters, so it's a tiger. But it's, I guess they say creature, not the name of the creature. Aloof, acute, else. None of these were any hard. They didn't give us the American trivia, like, set. They gave us the obvious ones. Okay. I'm gonna do a culling of the dolls that I don't use. Housel is gone. Historical is gone. Pokemon Hurdle and VG Battle are dead. The geography ones can stay. The rest of these, I'm gonna keep the Pokemon ones from a legacy perspective and some of the other ones that click from time to time. Okay, Thrice. Let's lock in Thrice. Okay, Stargate SG-1 and Queer as Folk were Turn of the Millennium shows on what channel? Channel 10. How would I know? HBO? We don't do. This is like. This is an American focused thing. That's I've already blamed before. HBO. What Paramount Plus add-on? This is the thing called Hulu, Pabo, Showtime. Never heard of it. I guess Hawaii is Iki is an island in Hawaii, which is a part of America. Really? Japan? I don't know. I guessed it was Hawaii because it's either Hawaii or Japan, and I don't know. Because you screwed me in this one. Although it was a trick question, you're trying to get me to say the US by being like Hawaii is US, but I guess it's Japan. The only US states that have never seen temperature above 100 and are Alaska, and what more surprising one? This is literally a blind guess. It has to be a north one, but not too north. Maine. From her LA home in what state? Wyoming. Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea is in a US state? I don't know. Hawaii. I didn't think about, you fucking tricked me, bro. I was baited out of Hawaii and I wasn't thinking about Hawaii anymore after the other question. That's my bad. Wim Wenders once won Kansas with a road drama named for a Texas town named in turn for what other city? Paris. Oh! Call that a shot in the dark, buddy. That was a one shot. I didn't know that, but that's an insane guess. Better Carbolon. I think he post literally saw the side of a long running multi women's bag and sponsored by what food brand? Food brand. Foods have brands? I guess there's brands of food, but actually, you don't know. It's a strange combination. I literally don't know. Pringles. Tater Tots. I don't know who the fuck made Tater Tots, buddy. It's Ore-Ida. What the hell is this? Ore-Ida. What the fuck made this shit up, man? Oregon, Idaho? Is this like a play on words or something? Anyway, I guess it literally says Oregon to Idaho, but what company that's on a state line is like, oh, dude, we're gonna name ourselves after half of both the states. That's so fucking clever. We're so smart. Dumbass. Yeah, we got 5 points. That's 1 per each, average-wise. I think I consider myself a success as a result of that choice. Okay, we're not doing one grid because I don't feel like exercising that much of a mental muscle, and we're gonna be there for 1,000 minutes if I continue to do so. Okay, shit, this looks pretty good. Pomegranates is kind of saffron and pomegranates is kind of Indian, but it could be anywhere in the area. Really cool. Turkey, satsivi. When in doubt, it's Georgia. Georgia is the Indonesia, Malaysia of Europe. Is Georgia Europe? It's kind of Europe, I guess. It's sort of in the middle of everywhere. No, it's got a lot of food for a little baby country. Sabah bananas. This shit. Pandan leaves. I don't know. Nigeria? No. To the east? Indonesia. Minatami's na saging. Um, Thailand. China. The Philippines. It's the Philippines. It wasn't an obvious enough name that I would know which language it was originally written in, so that's a shame. This has no, I would have no reason to believe it. I think my mind went the wrong way for the leaves. I think the leaves are a Southeast Asian thing, not an African thing. But there's other leaves that are African. I don't know which one is which. But I did get there. Pork veal milk. This is a wiener. It's from Germany. It's a Wurst, whatever you want to call it. It's. I mean, it's bricked up. Let me tell you that much. Got a nice curve to it on this one. What is this like avant-garde serving of a hot dog in a hot dog bun? You didn't eat the hot dog. You ate 2/3 of the bun. The sauce is on the plate. It doesn't look like it's been eaten at all. The Bock beer season. Well, it's consumed with beer. I mean, listen, the Germans, they know how to do a few things, and it's like beer and a bunch of sausage, from what I hear. Not really much more to it. Final score, Super Foodie. We slightly beat the average because I one-shot Germany because all they do is sausages, apparently. Okay, let me take a peek at Pick 5 OEC World. Scrap aluminum. Yeah, I don't have a clue. I'm gonna skip that. It's on that game is also on the edge. Okay, we're gonna skip a Pokemon one, but we will be doing Costco because I like to consider myself a bit of a Costco guy. 5.5 pounds of Fuji apples. That's what, 2 kilos roughly? 2 kilos. They'll probably go. Fuji apples are slightly elevated from your regular sort of everyday apple, but they are now an everyday apple because of like production and such. I want to say Americans probably get them at let me say $4.99 for this much. $5.99. $6.99. $6.49. Okay. I was gonna say it's probably around $2.5 to $3 per kilo US. Because we get these at, this is probably the price you pay for 1 kilo. Maybe it's a bit less. Maybe it's $4.49 Australian dollars per kilo. So maybe I think it's something like that. But we don't really buy them per kilo. Not all the time, at least. Often come in packages, especially the variety, like different varieties. It depends on what store you go to. Some of them will have, you should know. Maybe you don't. Apples in like what do you call it? In like the selection, the selection of apples. I guess it varies if you go to a grocer versus if you just go to like shop. Yummer. Anyway, I consider that a fairly accurate guess. It's hard to guess the stuff like this because you're gonna be close, right? This is probably what they pay for the non-fancy apples. Okay, Chesso is probably not really a regular one that we do. It's in Ingenuity was fun, but it's like it's inaccurate and it's not very like realistic. Oh, I don't know. I'm just making shit up. Spell check.
Riffraff. A noun meaning disreputable.
Riff-raff. There's the dash in there, but whatever.
Platform. A noun meaning a flat horizontal.
Type of shit you get on the internet nowadays.
Settee.
What?
A noun meaning a long.
Settee. This is not an easy word.
Slumber. A verb meaning to sleep.
It is an easy word.
Zither. A
What the fuck
noun
is-
meaning a stringed instrument having usually 30 to 40 strings over.
The fuck is a zither, bro? I'm gonna Google a zither. Oh, it's those things. I always wanted one of those. They're cool to look at, but you know. I envision myself as an eclectic instrument player, but I can barely play the instrument. I'm just normal.
Galahad. A noun meaning the night.
Okay, I mean, this is an all over the place result, but these are hard words.
Unfurl. A verb meaning to.
Give me more of those.
Vituperative.
What the
A
fuck?
adjective meaning uttering or given to censure.
Vituperative.
Osteopath. A noun meaning a physician practicing osteopathic medicine.
I typed osteoporosis. Oh my god. That's good, man. That's really good. I typed osteoporosis. In my mind, I said in my mind's eye, as soon as the word osteo, it was just osteoporosis. Autopilot, bam. It's a sleepy fella, man. I'm chilling.
Expectorant. A noun meaning an agent that promotes.
We fumbled.
Aioli. A noun meaning a.
I'm tasting a sauce.
Orogeny. A noun meaning the process of mountain formation, especially
Oh,
by
not
folding
ironic.
of the Earth's crust. International scientific vocabulary words are derived from Latin or Greek roots. Orogeny.
Which fucking one?
A noun meaning the
man?
process of mountain formation, especially by folding of the Earth's crust.
How would I know?
Eris. A noun meaning a dwarf planet with a mean.
I know about Eris. You think I don't know about dwarf planets? I was a space nerd once.
Eviction. A verb meaning to recover property from a person by
The shit they doing to the US now or whatever?
Battalion.
I don't know.
A noun meaning a considerable body of battalion.
Oh,
A
battalion.
noun
What the
meaning
hell did I
a
type
considerable
Italian?
body of troops organized to act together.
Okay, let's see this embarrassing shit. Okay, settees, double T. That looks right now that I type it and see it. Galahad is one L. I was thinking of Dullahan from anime, from Overlord, literally. This was just like my mind autopiloted. Orogeny would be impossible. So our real score was only one higher than this, which is 12 instead of 11. It's not really much to brag about, but so do all men who come to see such things. Is that what the quote is? No, that's like a different thing, I think. Okay, game me, and let me just check out movie to movie because I like to do it. I don't know what this is by looking at it. Maybe it's a Metal Gear Solid game. I've never played any of them, but maybe no. It's certainly older or on a different console. This doesn't tell me anything. PS2 game? Nope. The JRPG. I have even less of a chance. Who's that guy? Who are these guys? Star Ocean Till the End of Time. Literally could not have told you a single thing about it. There's so many lost, like 7 out of 10 JRPGs that it's someone's favorite game. We're not going to be doing the today's movie to movie. I know Michael Fassbender. I don't know what he's been in apart from X-Men. I'm dead ass. And some other stuff that I'm now picking up from watching movies. But like, if that won't come to me now, because the only things I remember are X-Men, which is kind of a sad thing. I'm sure he's done a lot of good things in his filmography. What? So, how about Dark Souls? How about gaming? How about video games? To be honest, I do these to learn about games rather than okay. It's Creed. It's not unturned, but I'm gonna click it. That wasn't even. It's hatred, and this is an age-restricted video. Well, I mean, it is hatred, I guess. So that's fair. It's a fair thing to do. This looks like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. No, I was thinking about the windmills. Sinnoh region. Do you understand? I don't know. It is a turn-based strategy, which I guess Pokemon is a turn-based strategy in a manner of speaking. Literally, not in any manner of speaking. Is this Thronefall? No, for a second there, you had me. The reveals, yes, sucked. Dorf Romantic. Oh, that's no fun. Okay, rockets meant to power. It's a jetpack joyride. It's a skip. Superhero. Physics-based wall jump superhero local co-op. Titanfall 2. Maybe we should play Titanfall 1. Is it any good? The original Titanfall is on Steam. So I played the second one. There is obviously no third one. Looking at a trailer of it now. But it seems like they went a bit more on the sort of like cool aesthetic on the second one. The first one was a lot more sort of down to earth and military, but they still had some sliding stuff in there. And this is like out of my Flash game origin. Speed runners, literally called speed runners. You know what? We should really stop doing these because I don't know anything about games. As kind of what I'm growing to realize. I got this fucking perfectly correct. That never happens. Okay, so this shit was released in like 2018, before the PS5. Well, I guess anytime. And the developer publisher was right. Okay, well, I don't know what to do with this. Dwarf Fortress is older, so why am I even thinking about guessing it? I don't know anything. What I should probably do is guess games. What the hell is 50 Cent Bulletproof? A shooting game. Okay. Hmm. Thronefall. It's an isometric bird view type game. Civ 6. Civ. FIFA 19. FIFA 21. FIFA 20. I'm just using this so I see my shit. Okay. It's an a 2019 indie RPG hack and slash shooter. Interesting set of games. Nuclear Thanos 2017, right? 15. Okay. Maybe it's Hyper Light Drifter. It's Streets of Rogue, which I have heard of. I have heard of Streets of Rogue. Interesting that I got the publisher right, which is pretty funny. I guess it's like a little game that looks like that, aka they made it that way. Okay. Let me get Juxtastat up here. Here we go, Juxtastat. Which is a higher percentage of household. It's like US states based trivia, and it's sort of I'm not a US guy, so this is all based on what your news cycle gives me, and the limited research I've done. So, higher percentage of households have household income under 50k. Rhode Island, isn't Rhode Island a relatively well-off area? I don't even know. Probably Puerto Rico then. Only thing I know is that that top right area is always blue on the election maps. Juxtastat, high percent increase in population. Probably not in the middle of nowhere. Probably somewhere with us. No? Okay, that's not in the middle of nowhere. Okay, Manitoba, Canada, or Kentucky. Agriculture, forestry, fishing, hunting. This is very much green stuff here, so I want to say, and there's water, so like it's hard to argue with it. People on public insurance, they make those. New York, or what is Mobile? I don't know what Mobile is. I don't even know where. Is this the state of New York, I guess? Probably this. No idea. Okay. Rent is greater. Okay. So low income, high rent, or just really high rent. Income here, the rent here is probably not that high. It has to be this one. Florida's rent is probably decent. Okay. By high, decent, I mean like high. Population change. Okay, people are really moving to Fort Smith, Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, AR Media Market, wherever that is. Public insurance. Well, this doubles. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know about all that. Okay. Oops, I accidentally clicked something. Don't screw me. Don't change my tab. Okay. Picking a data set. Land. This is. We're looking at the graph. We're trying to guess on based on the scale. It peaked at 52 million in the early 1990s and is now like stark decrease. Landline telephones, what would have caused something in 20 to decrease immediately after COVID in a very meaningful way? It's not going to be this. Obviously, the internet use in Asia is not going to decrease. That's literally, I don't even think it's possible unless everyone dies, which is hope does not happen. Cross my fingers. Population of Ukraine, that's, I think, is actually. I don't see a reason why the population of Ukraine would decrease from 1992 until 2017 or like 2012 or whatever. It would probably, I don't think that it would only probably be decreasing in recent history, if it would at all. I don't even know the numbers pan out on that one. Global population of the passenger pigeon, again, I don't think COVID would decrease that. COVID would, if anything, increase that. Just we're not out there. Actually, no, maybe it would decrease that because of food, but I don't see any reason why it would just keep going down year by year in such a strong amount. Automobiles produced in Detroit. This is probably fair. And then COVID immediately stopped production of a lot of things and it's never recovered. And landline telephone subscribers in Europe will also not starkly stop on COVID. So it has to be this one. No, it's neither of these. It's the population of Ukraine. Oh no. You didn't solve this graph. Fucked it. Okay, I'm surprised that the population of Ukraine has been steadily decreasing since 1992. I thought my reasoning was solid, but I guess there's a lot of history there I don't know about. Well. Okay, what other doors do we got? Okay, I don't want your Python script. Give me the list of those. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's probably it, to be honest with you. I think that's probably it. But I will get these games into the list. Since I'm taking some out, I may as well take some in. Although Grafter was just on pause for some reason, but they've got enough of a backlog that I won't have a problem. Anyway, it's been this. Enjoy the web games. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you enjoyed my vibes, subscribe and such. Yeah.